answers? I think I'm entitled.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It is 0:30, and we're blasting out of the bunker. Folks, what is it that is going on in this country? We're going to be living in a consistent state of SHTF in many places. You know, I'm not talking about like Mad Max hotspot zones, but just a continual state of terror and fear. I've got a couple examples I want to talk to you about. Then I want to ask you, what are you going to do about it? How will you deal with the situation? What are you willing to put up with? When will you do something about it? So let's start. Let's take a good look at this. California, in the San Francisco Bay Area, there's a store that's been robbed 20 times. In order to protect their merchandise, they have now chained with a chain and a lock the freezers and refrigeration cabinets. Can you imagine that? Imagine walking down the aisle in your grocery store and things are chained shut. Now, it's bad enough when I go to like a Lowe's or a Home Depot and I need a tool, drill bit, some sort of special tool that's small, and it's locked in a cabinet, and I have to ask for help to get it. Why? Well, because it's easy to steal. People are stealing stuff now in grocery stores, in quickie marts, you know, fast food or convenience stores. That's the state of affairs that they're living in California. In fact, to make this story even worse, in another instance, an 80-year-old ice cream vendor. Yeah, an old guy, probably been selling ice cream in his neighborhood for decades. He gets robbed at gunpoint. At gunpoint. The man has probably, what, $20, $30, $40 in cash? Gets robbed at gunpoint. That is living, folks. Living in SHTF. It has hit the fan. And you know what the really sad part is? Is this has just begun. It truly has just begun. That's California. You are not safe to go out in public in big cities like San Francisco, LA, Sacramento, anywhere in the Sacramento Valley. You're done. It's just done. It's over. Are you prepared for what's going to come next? It's not going to happen overnight, but it's happening pretty damn quick. You know, they're continuing to allow crime to exist. There will be people coming to other people's homes and wanting in. People are going to be putting massive security systems on their homes, trying to catch the burglar. But who cares if you catch them on film? You can get them dead to rights. And the police won't do anything. They'll say things like, well, we don't know who this is, and we can't catch him. And we don't have time for this sort of thing. I mean, they're not prosecuting crime. In fact, now they're letting murderers go. They're letting rapists go. We are living in a state of continuous and continual fear with this. Oh, they want depopulation. They're going to get it. Are you prepared to deal with this? Are you to deal with this? Because we're all going to have to deal with it. It's in everyone's lap, even if you don't live in California. Even if you don't live in California, you're going to have to deal with it. Even if you don't live in a big city anywhere in the country, we're all going to have to deal with this. lot of people just want to pretend everything is fine, and it's not. It's far from fine, folks. Home invasion robbery has been happening since the 80s. I remember when I first heard about it. It was Asian thugs, Asian criminals who knew who the wealthy Asian people were. And they went after them because they knew about their habits of keeping money at home. And so they would do a home invasion robbery and hold them hostage until they revealed where their money was. Pretty brutal, huh? Well, it's because they knew they could get away with it. They knew they could get away with it. These people today know they can get away with it, and so they do. And if the government starts to use police to arrest them, do you think it's really going to stop, or do you just think they're going to say, hey, we kind of like the way that system works. We're going to keep pushing our luck. I'm expecting more car hijackings, more home invasions, more elevator violence, more subway violence, more store violence, more gas station violence. I don't travel from home without protection. Yes, I'm large. Yes, I'm big. But also, I carry a serious equalizer for dealing with a crowd. We want to use that term to describe a gang of thugs if they want to make a federal case out of their desire to kill me. When you realize you've had it, folks, there's only one thing you've got. When you get to that point, you realize you're trapped. There's only one thing you have, and that's your self-preservation tools. Because everything is fine, folks. It's just fine. The world is a peachy place until you realize you're surrounded, you're trapped, you're cornered, and the ass kicking is about to commence. The robbery is about to commence, and your whole world changes in a second. It's a type of ambush. It is. It's a type of ambush. For some police, you're just sitting there in your squad car, and someone starts lighting you up. That's a true ambush. But for someone being robbed, or for women who are going to be raped, they realize they go from just living a normal life, all of a sudden fighting for their lives and for their health and for their decency and everything else. And they're allowing all of this crime to take place, folks. That's just what is amazing. Because the Democrats are allowing it. They want this to happen. They're encouraging this to happen. The entire state of California has lost its freaking mind. The government, that is. They allow forest fires to burn. They allow cities to collapse. They allow thugs to intimidate, harass, rob, assault, and even murder. California isn't the only state. They aren't. Well, this type of crap is going on. States like New York are saying, hey, why don't you bring these illegal immigrants into your home? Give them a place to stay. That'll really fix it. I don't think so. Chance favors the prepared mind. We're living in a state of SHTF, constant state. That it can go Mad Max anytime, or it can go Mad Max on an individual. Be prepared, because chance favors the prepared mind. Godspeed. Semper Fi.